What is good, YouTube? Warstu here with a video on the future of Marvel. We've got some pretty cool stories to go over. So if you are new to the channel, guys, make sure to subscribe to never miss any of the DC, Marvel, pop culture based videos. So we are giving away that Hasbro Marvel Legends Infinity Gauntlet. Yes, the one I've shown on my Instagram page a lot of times at Warstu if you are interested. So the last day to enter the competition is tomorrow, and then I will pick the winner on the 1st of January. And at the 100,000 mark, I know we're a long way off, I will give away a PS4 Pro or an Xbox One X or a PS5 or the new Xbox. And yes, competitions are real on this channel. So let's get into the video. So it appears in Phase 4 another big character is coming. So there's rumors going around, circling around the internet, that Sentry is actually coming into the MCU. And just like Beta Ray Bill, just like Adam Warlock, just like every other character coming. Yes, it's definitely possible because Phase 4 is going more cosmic and they got rid of a lot of characters in EndGame, so they're going to have to reintroduce newer characters. So now EndGame is over. We have so many more stories to tell. The stories like Doctor Strange, Black Panther, Captain Marvel are only getting started, but we've got to tell more stories. The fact that they deleted the scenes, well, not really deleted, they took out the Nova scene that was supposed to be in this movie, tells us that there's many more characters coming to this universe. So of course Kevin Feige and the company will continue looking to pull from the source materials as they're searching for more characters to adopt from the comic books and pull into the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And one that is supposedly being talked about right now is Sentry, who is quite the cult favorite because in ways, this might trigger people, he's similar to Superman in ways. So, according to Discussing Film website, he's among those being considered for the silver screen. So, who is Sentry? So, let's go over that. So, after investigating an experimented super soldier formula, the lower Robert Reynolds became Sentry, one of the first and mightiest superheroes. He was trapped in a constant battle with his dark side, known as the Void. After his membership with the Avengers, he joined Norman Osborn in the Dark Avengers. Yes, they are teeing up the Dark Avengers, and maybe Sentry could be a good person or a bad person. So it all links to what is going on in all the rumors. And died after a single-handedly destroying Asgard. More recently, the Sentry was resurrected by the Apocalyptic Twins as one of their horsemen, the Horsemen of Death. Where does the power come from? It is impossible to know exactly because Robert Reynolds' powers allow him to rewrite history. This allows him to rewrite his own history as well. Whenever he reflects on his origins, the details seem to change. Most versions involve some sort of superpower serum that allows him to pull energy from seconds in the future, giving him the power of 1,000,000 exploding suns. But this is all for his own benefit. The flight, speed, strength, durability, and telepathy the Sentry gives himself aren't his real powers anyway. They're just what Robert Reynolds chooses to give himself. The ideal avatar. Sentry has the power of 1,000,000 exploding suns, while Superman gets everything from one singular, less than average size yellow star. Superman is many times faster than the speed of light, whereas Sentry has been shown to go significantly faster than the speed of light. So this looks to be the only advantage he has over Superman. That's why I say he's fairly similar to Superman in ways, but not really. So it'd be a very interesting character. And you know how iconic Superman is to the DCEU. Maybe Sentry could be that next person they're looking for after Iron Man, potentially. So that is interesting. And he could easily be added to Thor 4 if it gets greenlit, or Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, or the Dark Avengers, or the New Avengers, because he's been involved with them in the comic books. So it is pretty interesting. He could easily be added to the MCU, but they may need to retcon certain things. If you really think about it in a way, this could be a cool way to introduce someone with powers comparable to Superman. Although, yes, Captain Marvel already has powers on his levels, I guess you could say. It would definitely shake up the current MCU slate. So that's interesting. Guys, let me know would you want Sentry to come in? And if they did, who would you want them to cast? So, also in the news, so X-Men Dark Phoenix is coming out very, very soon. Apparently, the ending has completely changed according to James McAvoy. And is it because of Captain Marvel? Yes, Warstu, they're not in the same universe. They don't have to be. Just listen to what he said. So, X-Men Dark Phoenix ending was completely changed in reshoot. According to Professor X star James McAvoy, was too similar to Captain Marvel? Question mark. Okay, because he doesn't actually say the word Captain Marvel, but it makes sense. The entire third act of the delayed X-Men Dark Phoenix was completely reshot. According to the cast and crew of the new superhero movie, speaking with Yahoo Movies, Professor X star McAvoy said, the ending of Dark Phoenix changed a hell of a lot. The finale had to change. There was a lot of overlapping parallels with another superhero movie that came out a while ago. And we had no idea that we were basically throwing the same source material, it seemed. So, realistically, he's talking about Captain Marvel, but will never actually say that. He told Digital Spy the following. There was more of a cosmic story. The story ended in space in much more of a significant way. We actually shifted that to be back to Earth, more notable, so that we get involved in our main characters and see them come together. Now, we get to specifics. A year-old Dark Phoenix test screening leak that correctly predicted Mystique's death, as we see in the trailer. And a cosmic ending seems to reveal exactly what went on in the third act. The leaker wrote, there is an alien invasion and Jean flies into space, gives up all her powers to destroy the fleet. The end. Now, that sounds a lot like the ending of Captain Marvel, which saw Carol Danvers destroy a Kree capital ship, forcing Ronan and his forces to retreat. Considering that Disney, who owns Marvel Studios, now owns Fox, who owns the rights to X-Men, and knowing that this ending would be too similar to Captain Marvel, perhaps the studio asked for the ending to be completely changed. Now that would not be too much of a change really, but it doesn't really make much sense because they're in different universes and will never cross over in this current timeline. So it doesn't really make much sense, but it is interesting. After all, Disney now owns distribution rights and wouldn't want them to be, it kind of makes sense from a business standpoint, but not really from a kind of fan point of view. So also in the news, recently, this is kind of interesting. So, like you know, guys, EndGame was amazing. I loved it, but it could have been so much better. They changed so much of the freaking movie. And we've got more evidence. So, there's an image appeared online with Captain Marvel on Vomir with long hair. So, was she battling Thanos? Most likely. Now, considering Captain Marvel doesn't have her 2023 short hair, surely this is her 2014 self come to a side, the Avengers duo. After all, the Avengers EndGame co-editor Matthew recently revealed originally 2014 Thanos and his goons arrived on Vomir to stop Black Widow and Hawkeye. The editor told Business Insider on script what we first shot was an excellent shot. He added, Natasha decided to run off the cliff. Clint tries to stop her while also fighting off the attack. Surely this means 2014 Captain Marvel showed up to save the day, allowing Black Widow enough time to sacrifice herself. Maybe, maybe not. As for why this scene was cut, they said it was reshot to make it more intimate between Clint and Natasha, which fully worked in the ending version of the movie. We just came up with a better idea, something that serviced Natasha a little bit more. I think this is a cop-out. So it's more factual evidence that there was a much greater and much different script movie to the one we got. Now, a fight on Vormir would have been a lot better because this movie, EndGame, was the best of the Avengers. It is literally the best of the Avengers. And it was a shame because it literally had no action in it. If you go back and rewatch the movie, I've only watched it like 3 times, there was the battle. The final battle was only give or take 20 minutes long. There was a lot more action in Infinity War. Now, don't get me wrong, EndGame was great, but more action was needed. So Captain Marvel's role was much greater, But for some reason, they didn't want to overshadow the original Avengers, and that is why that happened. So guys, let me know everything we've been over this video. Are you keen for Sentry to come in the MCU? Sentry would be freaking awesome. He would give Captain Marvel a run for money. To be honest, he would give anyone a run for their money, including Thanos, if Thanos ever returned. Yes, we know Thanos is not dead. He's just dusted because the 2014 variation that was dusted by Tony Stark in the end of EndGame in 2023 was dusted just the same way as Spider-Man did. I've got a video on that. It explains that he's not dead. He's just gone to another universe or the Soul Stone or Soul World or something like that, which is interesting. Also, let me know, do you agree that the ending of Dark Phoenix was changed because it sounds literally a carbon copy of Captain Marvel, which is kind of interesting because each studio wouldn't have known about the other studio. So it's interesting how they had a similar ending without knowing about the other one. And let me know, would you prefer more Captain Marvel in the Captain Marvel Avengers Endgame part? Because it seems there is evidence out there you cannot deny. She was supposed to be in the movie a lot more than we actually got in the movie, which is actually a shame because I really like her. I think she's cool. Can't wait to see more of her. Can't wait to see Captain Marvel 2 and can't wait to see her lead the Avengers alongside Tony Stark. No, I'm only joking, not Tony Stark. Alongside Spider-Man and Doctor Strange. Like always, guys, please like, subscribe, and comment. If you've got any business inquiries, just email me, warstubusiness@gmail.com, and I'll get back to you. And if you want to reach out to me on social media, I've got Warstu Vlogs on Instagram and Warstu on Instagram. And also, if you could check out the Warstu Vlogs YouTube channel, I will be vlogging my first vlog soon. Let me know, and any video ideas down below. Any criticism, constructive criticism down below is always welcome on this channel. So like always, guys, I'll catch you in another video. Have a good day, and I'll catch you later.